Those boys are taking care of everything. I don't know.
He's riding in storm. He's riding hands-free.
To a tree
All
and
for
into
red.
Competition in the
money. Yeah, and I was
And I'm
thinking,
like,
It doesn't remember, she doesn't.
Yeah, well,
brand new
And I'm
car.
bouncing off trees.
Maybe do
It's just
brand
like
new
the
car
difference,
together.
that much better he is to me.
Oh my God.
And I'm the youngest of the first
Oh, yeah.
four. Yeah, you talk about,
I'm just
they
picturing.
gave
Hey,
me
you wanna have a
less
meeting
than
today?
24 hours of
Yesterday,
Christmas.
there was a group that
You guys have a meeting?
Let's have a meeting. Are we rolling? All right, we recessed because we had an early ditch hearing at 9:30, so we will get back underway, and we are to the point of old business, but I guess before that, any adjustments to the agenda? Anybody need to add?
I want to just talk about next week's schedule.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna do that proclamation, did you do that?
I don't know, I'm gonna get it printed yet, but I can.
Okay,
We'll talk about
we
it.
can talk about it,
So you have a proclamation?
yeah.
And the Unilines takes care of Wolf Creek stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If there's nothing else, let's go there. We will have another ditch hearing at 10:10 that we'll need to break and call Hancock County, but master plan south end of town.
Yeah, so we've got everything organized with our consultants, and I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page, what our expectations were for the participants.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that, if anybody has expansion plans or known changes in their business operations, that they should bring that information to share and start having those conversations. And I also was under the impression that it would be a special session so that the press would be invited, and if we wanted to have some deliberations or discussions, that we wouldn't be in violation of the Sunshine Law. So is that your understanding of?
I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Makes sense, so we can do that, because it doesn't matter the time of day or where, as long as it's advertised in advance. Because that's on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
Coming up next week,
August 3rd.
August 3rd.
which is next week already, believe it or not.
I know.
So I want to limit it to a couple hour time frame and have it as an open discussion. And I think CT has some ideas. Is that right, Charlene or Stacy? You guys talked to them about
Yes.
how to make sure all the information flows and.
Yep. We're getting some building plans around and some aerials and different things that they requested, so.
And I'm working on an agenda. Actually, Chris and I are gonna talk tomorrow, so we'll work on the agenda and have that around to go out to everybody ahead of time
Okay.
as well. So that kind of helps them prepare, gives them at least a week to prepare for the meeting.
We wanted an idea of what to tell the participants that are coming to be prepared for, so they weren't just coming in to say,
Right.
what's this meeting for?
Yeah.
So they're gonna get a notification with this kind of an update of stuff. And that includes all of our tenants in the Ag Service Building, such as soil conservation.
Yep.
I know that's not why they're here today, but.
Yeah.
For the other stuff, but, okay. No,
Yeah,
I think that
and this
sounds
is
good.
really first steps. So this is just kind of, we can decide that there's not enough information to do a master plan, or, we need to get somebody on board to do an actual master plan, or we can do it ourselves. This is first steps, information gathering. But I didn't want to pull everybody together and not catalog that information,
No.
so,
Okay. Sounds good.
yeah.
Do we have a start time yet?
9?
9?
9 to
Yep.
11.
Look at the calendar.
Okay, sounds good. Architects.
Yeah, I just wanted that on because I wanted to see where we were at after the RFQ. And what's our next steps? I just felt like we got some information in and I didn't know what the next steps were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is, okay. I was thinking, you were talking about the Justice Center, but what did they have?
No, when we did the RFQ
The
for the
RFQ.
So
architect.
yeah, we have a number of projects that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
The RTA, the health department. Oh, UPS is here.
We got some bids.
The museum, and so we sent out the RFQ to
Yeah.
find out what the universe of approved or potential architects are.
Yeah.
And I just wanted, that's kind of the next step in looking at these projects, is starting to get some architect or
Right.
an architect lined up. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I think we've gotten quite a few very good candidates here, I think until we determine which project, I think you gave Mike and I the task to, once the project was decided, getting an architect. But we've got, I guess depending on the project, which architect that we would recommend, because some have more experience in the history, like I would think for the museum, and some had, you know, a little bit more.
Experience with roads.
Yes, yeah, so, but we got quite a few good ones here, so.
So the next step would be, we need to sit down and prioritize
The projects
the
themselves.
projects themselves?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I know we've got money from the state coming in for the museum, so I figured that was obviously a priority since we're getting funding for that, but.
Yeah, I don't know that we've
Decided.
made that
Right.
decision, but, so maybe when Mike's back next week, we can talk about how we're going to prioritize those projects. Does that make sense?
That would be a good idea, yeah, let's do it that way. And then you and Mike were gonna go through all the qualification stuff though.
Yep.
They could bring us back that list and you could kind of put their specializations or they have that.
Mhm.
That works, and then we can talk about.
Yeah, I
how
just
to go
didn't,
through the
yeah,
project part.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just didn't want to
Yeah.
lose track of it. The other thought that I had is, we don't have,
Maybe a work session.
well, if we're gonna make priorities, we should probably have it in session.
Yeah. You do.
Is the Carnegie, do you remember, do we have power or, fiber pulled to that? Was that part of the
We
fiber?
do not.
part?
No.
So that corner doesn't get fiber? Because under state law, there's innovation district, if you have a certain speed fiber, that you can designate a certain area as an innovation district, and it creates some, you know, incentive for developers to take on historic building. And so I just, that's something we may wanna talk to Amy and David about, the city, to see if maybe that historic building, its proximity to fiber, I think it would qualify for an innovation district.
Is it under Department of Development?
I don't know. CCAO had some information
Oh, okay.
on it, so.
I think the way the fiber's gonna run, it would not be difficult to get it
Get it down
over.
there.
Yeah, because it's obviously coming here and then
Could be.
going to the Justice
Yeah,
Center, so,
could have basically be through the backyard,
yeah.
that there isn't. but-
Yeah.
Back step,
Back step, yeah.
back step.
But that's one of the qualifications, I think it's 100, I don't know what it is, there's a specific qualification for it to qualify for an innovation district, which includes also a historic building, so you know, that's kind of a strange combination.
Yeah.
But I think Canton and a few other places have done, I think you can go up to 10 acres, so. Something to talk to the city about, I don't. But that might play into the architects as well.
Right. Unalliance change order.
Yes.
This is for Wolf Creek.
This is for Wolf Creek. I guess I should put Wolf Creek instead of Unalliance, because I had some questions. What's Unalliance? We had received a quote from Mark. There was a couple different suggestions. Removal of both islands from the end of the sandbar. And then apparently there's islands and there's some sandbars. And I think it was their recommendation, that's why they put this quote together to Mark, to decide whether we wanted to go ahead and take those out now with a contract, or if they were gonna be addressed later. The quotes vary from 3,200 up to 9,000. The 9,000 is the removal of the islands and the sandbar from the creek bank. And apparently that's a difference between whether they can take it on the island and remove them, or if they can take it from the creek, is what I understand from Mark. I don't know nothing about ditches, so I'm just doing my best here.
So I guess what we need to do is just kind of to give some direction to this, and again, going to be based on Mark's, choice in terms of what he knows is permittable and allowable within the boundaries of doing this ditch project.
Yeah, it's removal of obstructions, so
yeah,
I think
this
that's
is
why
it.
this came back.
Yeah.
There had been some requests from participating property owners. You
Yeah.
guys have any thoughts on?
They probably want to stay separate. Their law really is different than what
Yeah,
Mark's
okay.
laws are.
Yeah.
No, that's okay, just give you the opportunity.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm okay.
I guess, I think my question to Mark was, which I didn't in writing, was about if this was indeed, then his thought, probably a high quote, you know what I mean, this would be
Yeah,
obviously gonna get the job done, it may
Right.
come in lower than this,
Right.
that kind of a thing, and if so, I personally think just go for the gusto and get it done, based on the
Yeah.
amount of time and everything it's taken. I've seen the photographs, and on this, he knows it's allowable within the means of this type of project. I'm good with it.
And we did put money in place the last time, we moved some money around because we knew we had another quote coming, so all I need is a change order signed if you guys are okay with it.
Okay.
Money's already there. So-
yeah, no, I think it makes sense.
So we're good with it.
They've already taken off the palm trees, right?
Yes. Yep, planted in your backyard.
Yeah.
Should we make this phone call?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is time for that, so.
Henrique County Commissioner's Office.
Hello, this is Seneca County.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Fantastic.
Calling in.
We're calling for the ditch hearing.
Oh, okay, just one moment, please.
I kind of feel like she was like, yeah, so what do you
Tim, I can't see you in that shirt.
Hello?
Hello, Seneca County here.
Hi, we have Commissioner Bexel present, and Commissioner Robertson hopefully will be joining us shortly.
Okay, you have
Give a
Commissioners
second.
Thomas and Stacy here on our end.
Two?
So you do have two, or you just have one at this point?
We just have one at this point.
He's on his way up.
Caught in downtown traffic?
No, another meeting.
Do we have it to read or do they?
Read you. I don't know if there's one or not.
Gotta wait till he's there. Okay. So if you're bored and you come to Tiffin, our Seneca County Fair is underway, started yesterday since we're killing time waiting on your last commissioner.
What's the big attraction tonight?
Tonight is the pig
Quick
scramble.
scramble.
Boy!
Yeah.
Are they greased or they just,
The hands of the children are
okay.
soaked. This is an animal-friendly activity. It's all about squeaky clean.
My son and husband were there yesterday, and my son is 3 going on 4 and couldn't stop talking about how much fun he had.
All
so.
right, all right.
I apologize. apologize for the delay. We're running down to go get him.
Okay, we can call back if you think it's gonna be a little while.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I
Okay.
just sent our assistant clerk down to go get him.
All right.
Needs the hook.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, right. The meeting he didn't want to be in anyways.
Good.
How's the new building working out?
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think there's anybody present in the room that works directly out of the building, but we, yeah, no complaints, they all seem to be happy.
Good.
Hear good things at the fair, people talking about the building and
Yeah.
so forth, and
How are our friends in Seneca County doing?
good.
Good, Brian Robertson here. I apologize, I was meeting with the auditor, and, but say hi to my wife, who has now been 15 years working in Seneca County there, so she's there this morning.
All right, all right. That's good. Well, I guess.
We have a resolution.
Yeah, we have,
Yes. I have a resolution for the maintenance assessment for collections in 2019 for the Seneca and Hancock Joint County ditches maintained by the Seneca County Ditch Maintenance Program. I have the Lowry Frankert and the Keckler Coleman. And that's all I have.
I'll motion that we accept the resolution.
Second, Commissioner Beck.
okay, we'll call the roll.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner,
Absent.
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
and Commissioner Betchel.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you all, have a blessed day.
Yep,
Thanks.
pleasure doing business.
Okay, should we do right to the bid opening?
Sure.
It is
Which
10.
ones first?
It is 10:15, according to this, is the LPA guardrail installation project, 1804.
Sign-in sheet.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Usually I bring one, but I'm
Seats
trying to
back.
go digital
Yep.
lately. Yeah. My last name is
I have 3, so I wanted to make sure I had everybody's.
Yeah, yeah, somebody told me that.
Yeah. He said it had moved tops. He didn't realize the
Yeah,
severity.
they said it was pretty bad.
Okay, this again is for the 2018 LPA guardrail installation project for various townships. The engineer's estimate for the project is $321,478, 321,478.00. The first bid is from MP Dory out of Columbus, Ohio. Their total bid amount is $317,365.90, 317,365.90. And that is the only bid I got for that project.
Okay. Obviously, we'll turn that over to Mark. Appreciate the bid. And he'll handle from there. Got a little bit before we can do the next bid opening, so we'll go back to the old business agenda, just the couple of things that we added, so we don't forget those. Schedule for next week, your question on that.
Yes, just a reminder, we have our vacation viewing at 9:30 in Melmore.
No more.
Yep, so you will meet out there and actually go into session because it's a viewing. and then we'll come back here, and I think the hearing is immediately following, so we're going to meet out there,
All right, and then come back here and do everything else.
do the hearing, and then do our meeting.
Yes, as soon as we're back, I guess. Okay.
Yep. Just wanted to remind everybody. I'll have to remind Mike when he gets back.
Right. Okay. And the proclamation.
Yeah, so, some of you know, my wife's going to the Czech Republic next year, and it happens to be their 100th, it's their centennial of being a country, and of course started out as Czechoslovakia, and the beginning of the U.S.-Czech diplomatic relations. So, since she's going to be there at the 100th centennial, the Fulbright and the university that she's going to be asked for some proclamations commemorating 100 years of relationship between the U.S. and the Czech Republic. So I've contacted the governor's office and Mayor Bowling Green, and I think it would be nice if we also passed a proclamation. So
Sure.
take a look at that. I don't know if we need to read it.
No, we can just have it done up and sign it. We don't need to actually vote in resolution or anything. Okay. Okay. No. Seneca County, of course, we should send that over.
Yeah, we have, you know, formal diplomatic relationship with the Czech Republic.
There we go. There we go.
Seneca County foreign policy has not been on point.
There we go. All right. We will do so. We'll do so. All right, new business, Cleaning Justice Center.
Yes. At the end of the year, last year, we had some discussions about hiring, potentially hiring a new employee for the Justice Center cleaning. And we debated back and forth about, John and I discussed about, what we currently pay for cleaning, what it would be if we would just hire it out. We had done some quotes years ago on this, and it was better to keep the county employees. But after I got four or five quotes. The top bid kind of came back. It's a Clean Team, and they can do everything we asked for, the supplies, for $2,880 a month. And when we calculated out just one employee, at what we paid, it's less or more than what this would be, and that's just one full-time employee. They're gonna bring 3 or 4 employees. They're gonna head it 3 days a week. So I wanted to give some information to you guys, see if that's something you guys are interested in. Hopefully, our current cleaners are doing the best they can. We're a little behind because the building is so big, but they're doing the best they can, and maintenance guys during the day are helping out when they can over there, so.
That includes all juvenile probate?
This is just the Justice Center for right now. They did
Just
give
the new building.
I got quotes for both
Okay.
buildings that we'll revisit when that one is ready.
How do we clean the prosecutor and RTA?
We currently have 3 cleaners, 1 cleaner for south of town, and we have 2 cleaners that are downtown that split the current juvenile probate building, the annex, or the RTA and the CSB. John would like to obviously keep them and just restructure, since they wouldn't have the annex. One of the cleaners used to do the annex, so I think it would relieve them a little bit, be able to get better cleaning done on the other buildings, because I think they're trying to get too much done. So they're struggling just a little bit, and we do have a few hours of overtime that we pay for our cleaning, just to hit some of our, like our building here only gets it, an hour and a half once a week. We keep our own, and the public safety is the same way, so it would get us out of obviously paying overtime, so they can start doing the regular cleaning.
Is that a multi-year quote, or good for 1 year, good for?
It's for, the price is guaranteed for 3, but it's actually month by month. We just have to give them a month's notice if we decide we want to cancel. They do it month by month, but the price is what the price is. Unless we decide to increase it to 5 days. This is only 3 days.
So your recommendation is to go ahead and,
Yes, and I sat and talked to John about it, and that was his recommendation as well, so.
so do you need a formal motion from us?
I'll get the contract and I'll get it prepared and ready for next week, if that's all right, and I think they said they would take about 30 days to, you know, get mobilized, so we'll do a September 1st start, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, you guys studied it, you're ones that
Yes,
deal with
yeah.
that management of that, so.
Do we have a program for the windows?
The exterior,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
we will have to figure that out, because I don't, the buildings in the annex hadn't been done. Probably hadn't been done.
So budget for that every 15 years?
Yeah, right.
Mother Nature's not helping, it's not raining enough.
Right, yep, yep. Okay, so that's all I had on cleaning.
Sheriff's request.
Sheriff's request. I got a request from the sheriff. They have a fingerprinting machine that they received in 2010. It was actually a grant. BCI gave us the equipment, and talked to a couple of the vendors. Normally, this piece of equipment has a useful life of 6 years. We're into obviously 8. They're keeping it running. It is still running right now. The sheriff is requesting a new one. He gave us a quote, and it's $27,175 that he is requesting to get a new one ordered. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to get it in. He's concerned that this one will go down. They've been able to get it working and going, but he would really like this piece.
Is it a one-for-one replacement? I mean, it's the same equipment?
Yeah, I think that a small upgrade, but
Okay.
same thing. And he did reach out to BCI, see if they had any grants and be willing to purchase us a new one since they bought us that one, but we weren't interested.
Oh, man.
Well, they always give us a grant to get us started, and then
Pretty much assume it's a piece of equipment you
Yeah, probably something we need.
can't function with, can't function without, well, you could, but, you know. Maybe it's still.
So I do have a resolution ready if you guys are okay
What
with
was
it.
the vendor?
Um,
He's always good about checking prices.
Right.
Yeah, GEMALTO. Yeah, GEMALTO. Government Business Group.
Okay, I'm all right with adding the resolution to that.
Sure.
I'll
I'll add it to the other resolutions.
And as we approach budget time, could you ask the sheriff if he's got any other equipment he's planning on
I sure will.
replacing in 2019?
What else is going on?
Yep. I think he remembers as we go. First they fail. We've got to be pretty close to
Being
being replaced everything, but there's always something.
Yeah.
We're still a couple minutes ahead for the bid opening.
I was gonna ask if we wanted to start talking about the budget schedule, actually. I mean, it's a nice segue to that. Maybe next week we can have a conversation about what we think the 2019 budget schedule should be, when we should have our certified number and
Numbers
start
back
having.
in from everybody, the departments. And
Yeah, kind of start setting that schedule so that we can hold a schedule and it doesn't slip.
And I would really, if it's possible, maybe even potentially be done by the end of November, and keep moving it up to trying to get it done at the beginning of December. And then usually our winter conference is that week, and sometimes we get delayed a little bit, so we can discuss it next week, but our goal, I would kind of like to shoot
Tuesday
for an
before
early.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put on the agenda for next week when
Okay.
we're all 3 present,
Yeah.
discuss. I think it's a good idea. Moving it up is a good idea. So people just don't have to get their stuff in.
And we should be able to get a number from Budget Commission.
Yeah. It's 10:29, so I suppose we're close enough to start the
Sign in?
sign-in sheet for the bid opening for CSB restroom upgrade project.
Well, I don't have any bids.
Well, this will be short, sweet.
Jim, you already did that?
No.
Quick?
Isn't that
Nope, not that one.
Not that one?
Drop them off at your office, did they?
Got nothing in our office.
I do not have any bids.
So do we circulate the sign-in sheet anyway, or?
Yes, with the notation that no
Okay.
bids were
No
received,
bids received?
and then I have to re-advertise.
Thank you.
That's unfortunate, but,
For summer.
yeah. Yep.
Jim, let's go.
About 20 hours this year.
Somebody is, running money 10:30, so unless somebody comes running in the door with one in the next 50 seconds. All right, well, then, we want to do the resolutions or go on into the executive session?
They're here, so
Let's do that. All right, we need a motion for executive session for the purpose of personnel regarding collective bargaining.
So move.
I will second. Roll call?
Commissioner Cummings?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Okay. Going to dismiss for executive session. We'll be back.